And we're turning now to a new study carried out by researchers at Dublin City University into the use of social media by supporters of the so-called Islamic State. The research focuses on efforts to disrupt or suspend such accounts. With us is Maura Conway, coordinator of VOX-Pol and Professor of International Security at DCU. Good morning.
Good morning, Rachel.
What did you look at?
We looked at pro-IS, so pro-Islamic State, Twitter accounts in particular. And what we sought to analyse was the disruption, the takedown or suspension of those accounts by Twitter. So we did an analysis of the longevity of those accounts, so the time from which they were created to the time in which they were suspended. We also looked at the numbers of followers and following for those accounts at the present time, and what we found was that there has been a significant impact in terms of Twitter's disruption activity on those pro-IS accounts. And what was once a pretty vibrant and very extensive pro-IS Twitter network is pretty much been decimated.
Why did you focus on Twitter?
Well, Twitter was really the preferred platform of Islamic State for some time. So that was the reason that we focused on it. Also because we have comparative data available for Twitter, because as researchers, we also focused on that over the last number of years.
If one account is suspended, though, and from what you've been saying to us, that is happening a lot, isn't there every chance that whoever was running that particular account, that they simply set up another account? Yes,
absolutely. That's what certainly happened in the past. But Twitter's disruption is so intense at the present time that oftentimes an account is created and is actually suspended within minutes or hours of that creation. So we did a case study over a 24-hour period in April of this year, and what we showed was that up to 65% of accounts that were outlinking to official pro-IS propaganda on other platforms in that 24-hour period, about 65% of those were suspended by Twitter within the first 17 hours of that 24 hours.
You also found, though, as I understand it, that this focus on IS, that it does have consequences elsewhere.
Yes, it does. So one of the things that we found was that differential disruption was taking place. And what we mean by that is that non-IS jihadi accounts on Twitter are subject to much less disruption than pro-IS accounts on Twitter. So they're able to maintain their presence on the platform and on other platforms indeed much more easily than pro-IS supporters are.
Professor Maura Conway, thank you very much for joining us on Morning Ireland.